Hey YouTube, I'm Robin.
I'm Jack.
We're the Inwits.
We're the Inwits.
I tried something different. Hey YouTube instead of hey guys.
Do we?
I just did then.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hopefully it is well received.
Is that the thing you were practicing, working up for all last week?
Yeah.
No,
It wasn't. That was not it. It was definitely not it whatsoever. But I thought this morning I woke up like I'm going to try something different.
Why not?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
Let's experiment.
Yeah, I think I like.
We could also experiment and put some art on our website, but let's not get too crazy.
I tried.
Did you really?
I did try. I tried to take a screenshot of us and put it up there, but it's got these stupid requirements, and it's like you're over here, I'm over here, and we're half in the screen. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, what if I put the Survivor logo on there?
Exactly, yeah.
I put the Survivor logo, it doesn't all fit in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is just a disaster. So don't get me wrong, I did try it.
Well done. I gave up.
Well, I've clearly given up, but I did try.
Oh, look, maybe we should do something better. I don't know.
We'll do it. We'll try it. Anyway, let's get on with episode 5 of Heroes, Healers, Hustlers.
Right.
Look, I just want to start. Wait, I had where I wanted to start. But firstly, that's where I want to start. We are really off with our guesses this month.
Oh, no, it's
season.
just terrible, isn't it? Not even close.
We are not even
Not
close.
even in the same postcode.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
We're definitely
wrong.
different beaches.
Yeah, different tribe, different person.
And I was thinking maybe that's because like we're spoon-fed the answers with the Australian editing.
I don't think so. I think, look, normally we're pretty good. Like, with the last American season.
We're on the money.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
But I'm just feeling maybe it's either the 3 tribes is getting us, or we're just after the marathon Australian season of all the episodes, we're a little bit out of touch.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm like, wow, we suck this season. We are not good at picking anything.
On the other hand, I don't know why, but I do have the feeling with this cast, it's a little bit more mixed than normal. I don't know what I mean by that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, you don't know what you mean. How do I know what you mean?
It seems like the cast is more varied.
Okay.
Than normal. Like, there doesn't seem to be any natural alliances. I don't know how to put it. Like, normally you see, say, some of the strong guys get together, or some of the, somebody with sort of similarity or something.
Yeah.
But nothing like that seems to have really eventuated. So.
Oh, look, I think the 3 tribe concept makes that it's a hard thing to do. You do only have 6 to 5 people, 4 people. Where do you go? It's like when you are in a tribe of 8 or 10 or something, you do have more room to move.
That's right.
8 4v4.
So
4 people is a nice strong core.
I think maybe that's what's throwing us off, is because it's sort of starting at a harder level, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard to pick, and also jumping off topic, Desi. Is Desi going to be my Michaela?
I don't know. Look, she's very fit.
She's what a challenge monster, because that's what I wanted. Like Michaela was
the way she hit the sand.
Oh, great.
Right. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and then she backed it up in the second challenge like an absolute warhorse as well.
And she doesn't seem to have the downside of Michaela, which is that
the emotional,
temperamental aspect. She seems to be even, level-headed and even.
So she excited me today.
Look, to tell you the truth, the one thing that's sort of, I know it's a way away, but the one thing I keep hoping for is merge. Because there's a lot of players there that I actually just want to see
get back together.
Well, I want to see how they perform in merge, because I don't want to see Desi leave before merge. I don't want to see Chrissy leave before merge. I don't want to see There's a lot of players there I don't want to see leave before merge, and I know it's still a ways away. It's still another 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah,
it's funny that you mentioned that. Like, there's a couple of wallflowers that don't really add much to this season. Yes. But in a similar sense to the last Australian season, we've got a lot of really interesting, entertaining, strategic, good players that are forming some great stuff at the moment.
I think so. Look, we mentioned this last episode, and I was glad to see in this episode that it happened. Ashley and Devon actually sat there and went, how do we get Desi on side?
Yeah.
And I thought, good. They're thinking the right way.
Yeah, because,
Joe's somebody they can actually target with Desi and go, he threw you under the bus with that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm ashamed we didn't get to see much more of that.
That's
on the whole.
Yeah.
But that was where we're supposed to be thinking, because Desi's not overly fond of Joe, but it's the same concept of how Ashley was like, I'm not really an Alan person. I think she said, I'm not really on Alan's side, but he's the only hero left. Why are you thinking like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's not the way you should be thinking about the game. And I feel that was the same with Desi. He was like, not as bad with Alan, because Alan did have that explosion towards Ash.
Yeah.
And so that was clearly a divide there. But, you know, Joe's playing very out and obvious. He's very obvious as how he's playing the game, and it's like everyone's like, it's dangerous.
I think, as we said last week, he's got the idea his execution's just very poor. And
Yeah.
The problem is, poor execution is pretty much going to get you your head on the block sooner or later.
Exactly. Like, I like what you're trying to do. I'm not against it.
But the problem is everybody can see what you're trying to do.
Exactly. Everyone sees it. And if you start to shine like a beacon, like I said, sooner or later, you're the one they're going to be looking at.
That's it. Exactly. What do you think of the reward challenge? It was
Look, you know, it was a good challenge. I think we've had something similar to that before.
Yeah.
I think we have. And I love Desi just chasing the sand. It was amazing.
Well, I also like, believe it or not, Ryan. Like,
I was about to say, God, I felt for Ryan.
Oh, how many times did it roll back down the hill?
I think it was like 3 or 4.
And he would have had to flip over and go back down.
I felt so sorry. I'm like, oh, Ryan.
The one I think that I felt the worst for him was like, he got it almost to the top. There. It was right there. And then it rolled down, but it rolled like 3 lanes over.
It went over into like the blue thing.
And he had to bring it back to the yellow lane before he even started.
Yeah. Oh, God, poor guy. That was, but he kept going. And you know what? Strategy-wise, let's be honest here, that's something, and it did come the next challenge. It is still, because we've got smaller tribes, it's harder to develop like I said, these core alliances.
Yeah.
So you are still trying to find reasons, and not performing in a challenge 5 episodes into the season is still crucial for your game. Ryan not going, making sure he went for that challenge and not the immunity, almost gave him a buffer so he would not be the target come the immunity, because you're only as good as your last performance.
At least
if you don't win immunity, that's the performance.
That's right. And you're right. Like, he's done the right thing. He's performed. He lost in the reward challenge, so at least he could sit there and go, well, it was only reward.
Exactly. And I thought that was, I'm hoping that was somewhere in his mind, because I think that's brilliant. Like, he knows his strengths. He's very self-aware.
Yeah. He said all he's got is his social game.
Yeah, he goes, I know what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And he knows he's not very good at challenges, and he's not going to be very good at some of these physical ones. And he put himself in a position to go, you know what? I'd rather not be the person who sent us to tribal, but rather be the person who didn't get us some iced coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's nothing.
That's,
you know,
not in the
yes,
scheme
it's
of
exciting. Yes, we get some croissants and some bagels and some coffee, and yeah, great, it's good. But if you don't have to go to tribal,
that's right.
And straight away, Chrissy wasn't performing in hers, and she became target number 1.
Didn't she? Really rapidly.
Rapidly, it was like, well, she didn't get off the balance beam. She didn't give us another shot. She kept trying. And if that was Ryan, he would have put himself in the firing line.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think Ryan did a really great thing by saying, I'll do this one. I'm hoping that's how it went.
Maybe.
I feel like that's how. I feel like he's a player that would do something like that. I was expecting, funnily enough, we did end up getting there in the end. I'm like, well, we don't have any idols at the moment. I'm expecting a clue in the croissant basket or something.
Oh, no, that didn't happen.
Well, it didn't, but I was expecting that. We've got nothing.
But no, then we got Mike at the well.
We did, we did
Jessica.
Mike and Jessica.
And, but what's
that's
going on with
101.
Survivor these days? It's really odd, right? We had it in the Australian Survivor, now we're seeing it in the American Survivor, where people are like cooperating to get idols. And like even Mike in his one-on-one said, well, it's not our idol, it's my idol.
Yeah, but he said, he's like, you know, I don't want someone to know my idol, but I kind of am okay with Jess knowing it.
I know, but what's this like? If I was Jessica, I wouldn't have been sitting there enabling him to get an idol.
Yeah.
I want the idol. I don't want him to have it.
Yeah, but we did talk about this as well. Like, if you're with someone and you're in a situation, I'd rather you have the idol than I have the idol.
Oh, no, look, I understand from the strategic point of view, but what I mean is I wouldn't have been able to get it. I would have said, look, hang on, somebody's coming, even if there wasn't. Make him work for it. Let him go get it.
Or, because it was Jess's idea, I'm filling up the water dig.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is he's going to grab the idol and it's not your idol then.
Yeah, but why didn't Jess go, hey, fill this up, I'm going to dig around?
Oh, yeah, no, exactly.
Why did Jess
exactly.
say, you dig,
I know.
I'll pour
I don't,
water?
and that's what I mean. There seems to be this attitude now of like cooperative idols or something. Like she seems to think that we've got an idol and Mike's saying on camera, no, it's my idol.
It's,
you know? Which is
well, it is, but she knows about it, and that knowledge is slightly powerful.
Well, let's put it this way. I think she's going to do a lot better with it than Cole did with the knowledge about Joe.
Well, who knows where Cole ends up? Who knows where he ends up next episode?
I know.
But yeah, it's a strange thing. But it's Mike said. I feel like Mike said when he was having the chat, he knew that Joe got it near the well.
Yeah, he did.
And then he also said,
no, he didn't say. He didn't say.
Or did Jess tell him he got it near the well?
I think so. Because remember, Joe thought it was the well. Remember?
No, he thought it was out in the
Sorry, he thought it was a Cole. I think has told
them. Well.
Has told them that it was at
and
the well.
And we know probably Cole can't keep his mouth shut, so he's told everybody.
I think there's evidence to support that.
Yeah. So because this is what I'm trying to understand, because Mike does say I've been looking for an idol since day one.
Yeah.
Now, if you've known before Jess has told you, or if somehow you've known before Jess told you at that moment at the well, why haven't you gone to look at the well? I mean, we've seen Ty go, hey, I poured water at this well,
Ty's amazing,
and
mate.
there was an idol here. Yeah. I'm at the other camp. I'm going to do the same thing,
and it is there.
And it's there, and he finds the signal where it is under the ground and finds it.
Yeah.
If you've known, why hasn't Mike gone prior on his own?
Look,
if he has known and he has been looking for it for so long.
I think, number one, I think he's not spoken correctly. I think what he means is he's wanted to look for an idol since day one, because that's what he's pretty much said to Cameron on day one.
My son said, get an idol.
So that's what I'm going to do. But he's had Joe all over him.
Yeah, but he hasn't had Joe for 6 days.
Oh, no, that's right. But then...
And having an idea, if he has the idea of where it is.
That's the thing, though. Like, Cole would have told him where Joe found the idol, because Cole can't apparently keep anything to himself.
No.
Right? Then, yeah, exactly. Like, I almost get the feeling like unless somebody did what Jessica did, which was basically give him permission to look, he just couldn't do it by himself.
I just find that fascinating.
I
just find it really bizarre that, he's kind of been told where it was, he has been looking, and he still can't go without Jess telling him.
Why couldn't he just say, look, I'm going, don't even say anything, just go down to the well, right? Take his water bowl, walk off to the well, dig around for 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Because it wasn't a big dig. You just,
exactly.
It's not a big well, you just go around it.
And you just do, you do one side, then half an hour later you come back, you do the other side, and half an hour later.
No one needs to know.
Nobody needs to know.
I don't know why we're getting this.
It's really weird. Like, you compare this to somebody like Tony, who plays with, who goes out and looks for idols, or
Ty, Russell,
Harvey, right? They just go out, they get them.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. They come back and they just sit with them.
And the only person I would ever want to know I have an idol, if I have to say someone and someone needs to know I have an idol, I'd want it to be my number 2.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
That's not Jess.
No, absolutely not.
If someone else other than my number 2 knew I had an idol, I'd be wanting to do something similar to what Chrissy has done by shifting a target and putting a target on someone who knows information that I know, or that is crucial to my game. Get them out of the game subtly without them knowing.
Well, look, the other weird thing about Dr. Mike is.
Dr. Mike.
Yeah, well, he doesn't actually seem to be playing the game.
No, well, he's one of the ones that he'll probably get to merge and see what happens. Look, but he's not in the forefront of my mind.
Well, this is the thing. He's sitting there with Lauren and Ben and Jessica and Cole, right? And he's just sitting there. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, he makes up the numbers rather than.
Yeah.
And now he's got an idol, but
it's like. Yeah, what's it going to do? I just got to say.
I think he's going to be a Ty sort of player with an idol.
It's all defensive.
It's all defensive. It's all about saving me.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to save himself, which is fine.
Maybe with Jessica knowing about it, Jessica seems a bit more
switched on.
So maybe she'll be able to coach him into
He's got a lot of lemons.
Yeah, I know. Go and get some.
I might grab some.
Yeah, go ahead.
I might get a couple of
But maybe she'll be able to actually say to me, no, look, you play your idol tonight for X, so that we can get rid of. You know? Maybe she'll be able to.
But I just don't think she would.
I don't think she's that sort of person.
Yeah, neither do I. I think she would be.
Cole would, but Cole.
No, Cole wouldn't.
No, but what I mean is Cole would have no problem telling you.
Oh yeah.
If he had the brains to actually come up with it.
I don't think Cole would be able to do
a
great deal with the idol. I think he's more.
Oh no! Look, I mean, there's no strategic thought there as far as I can see.
Yeah, It's his strategy has fallen short every single time. He's great. Yeah, I think he's great. In the challenge,
actually, well, did you see him around the camp? You know how. Did you see him dipping into the jam jar?
Yeah.
Right, and I was sitting there going, isn't that for everybody? But I think he's cleaned out the jam jar, and Ben and everybody's watching him. I don't think myself, you just put your target on yourself, man.
Yeah. Because I thought he was trying to do a Sandra.
Yeah, that's right.
But
I'll do it in front of everybody so nobody actually.
Yeah. You know. Though I did feel a bit for Ben with the cracking of the.
Oh yeah, look. Difficult situation for him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. And like I said, no one understands. But I think they all understood that they never actually understand, and they did take that.
Well, Lauren at least, she did go down to see how he was.
Yeah.
And then the first thing she asked him was whether he wanted to be alone. He said yes, and she left him.
Yeah, and that was enough, fine. You know, but it didn't. I don't think it was any detriment, because that could be something. Like if someone's acting like that, that could really put a target on your back.
Oh no, look.
So that was really nice.
Exactly. That's one of the things that could actually put a big target on your back.
Yeah.
Nobody seemed to really take it that way.
Yeah, they actually felt for it. There was a human side to the whole thing, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is.
Which I enjoyed.
Well, then we get to immunity, yes, right? Well, look, I don't have any trouble with Chrissy. Like, she did ask people if they wanted to have a go.
So, the editing, I was trying to work out whether she did or she didn't, but then she kept saying, because then there was the other cuts where people were like, we'll take it off you, and she didn't.
And she didn't, so I don't know.
It's a weird thing.
It's a weird thing. But anyway, the perception was that she didn't. She did a Patrick. Patrick did exactly the same thing in his.
And that cost him.
And that cost them the challenge. And
so it was interesting, but then we get, straight away why Ryan isn't the target, and Chrissy straight away is the target instantly. And Chrissy played a brilliant game.
Interestingly enough, Ryan said something during his one-on-one, or during a voiceover anyway, which we haven't really seen in any of the cuts, and that is, he said, Ali and Chrissy could never work together.
That was fascinating. I'm wondering why.
And why haven't we seen that in the cuts?
Yeah, why have we not seen what it is about these two that he can't have them work together?
That's right, and that's what I was wondering.
Is it because she's so us versus them and can't seem to let go of that mentality, and we've got the swing?
That's right.
They're going to bring Roark in before we bring Roark in.
It was weird.
Yeah, that wasn't there.
And I had to think about that for a while. I was like, well, Ryan, explain. Tell me why they can't work together.
Why can't they work together? I had that same feeling. I'm like, I'm not really seeing what you're saying.
No, that's right.
So there's got to be something that we are missing.
Either we are missing something, or it's Ryan's perception and it's not true.
Yeah.
One or the other,
So it was fascinating, but it was, and what also baffles me is, look, I thought there was big potential for, Chrissy to not be able to get out of this situation.
I think she played really well.
But I find it fascinating. Like, she comes over to Roark and says all this stuff, and Roark's like, yep, and she brilliantly just knew exactly that there was no hope.
It was great. Like, Roark was onto her straight away.
And she was onto Roark
and she was onto Roark straight away.
But Roark wasn't onto her.
Exactly.
Onto her.
No,
I was like, I'm going to try this. Yeah, I see what you're trying. Oh, I see you're not buying it.
I think, but they were both like that. Like, Roark was like, well, she's never talked to me before, and all of a sudden she's talking to me, so she's onto her, right?
Yeah, that's obvious.
But Chrissy, comes back from the talk and goes, she didn't buy any of it, which is great, right? Chrissy's a really good player.
Hasn't gone, I wonder if I got away with that.
But I think Roark's problem was her contact was Ali.
Yeah.
And Ali would have told her sincerely, oh, look, me and Ryan are with you.
Yeah.
Chrissy's going home.
Yeah.
What I mean is, Roark would have had no reason to disbelieve what Ali has said.
And I guess it also, when they got to tribal, it did come to that. Yeah. Where it was like, you actually haven't been to tribal, so you don't know what it's like. And that almost shone there. It's like the other tribes have gone tribal, where anything is possible.
Yeah.
And you haven't witnessed that You haven't seen the votes fall out how you wanted them to.
And the other thing is, like, you know, Chrissy and Roark knew there was going to be 2 votes against each.
Yep.
So when it was 2-2, neither were surprised.
No, exactly, because they knew that. But the thing with that Roark has misinterpreted is there's two.
Yeah.
I'm the 100%.
Exactly.
I'm the middle person.
That's right.
And because I'm the middle person, I know where this vote's going.
Exactly.
That's not how a smart player is thinking the game.
Chrissy's at the whale with JP, and I thought this was really interesting, right? Like, she says, well, you know, something about Roark, and JP's like, well, Roark's really good in challenges.
Yeah.
That's his comeback, right?
Yeah.
And then she says, well, she wants to do an all girls alliance, and JP
Instantly.
turns on a dime and goes,
We gotta get her out.
we got to get her out. But that's what I can't believe. It's like, now a smarter player would have done a little bit of fact checking or something.
That's what I'm trying to. This is what I'm struggling to understand. He's just gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but maybe it's because he was never going to vote for Chrissy anyway.
No, I don't think so. I think he's thinking, well, we're the only 2 heroes here, so we're going to stick together, right?
So maybe that was the thing, but I was like, how did that become a thing that he's just gone, yep, that's how we're voting now, and it never came up, because that was the first thing.
Yeah, I know.
She goes to Roark, and then she goes, we should do an all-girls alliance. That's no bite, no nothing. But she's planted the seed, so... They've technically had a discussion about an all-girls alliance, and she said yes, she's on board because she's trying to please Chrissy. She's used it against her, but it was never chased up.
No, that's
it was like, oh yeah, cool, I believe every word you say.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to get at, right?
And it became nothing other than that's exactly what it was.
And look, I get the feeling from here on out, and this maybe shows you how good Chrissy's playing. JP believes her utterly. Maybe it's just he is like, she's utterly believable.
Yeah.
She can spin him any tale she likes, and he's going to take it.
Like I said, it's because she isn't a threat. She's not perceived.
Well, nobody's seen there going, oh my God, look at her. Yeah, are they?
And also, and in the same token, no one's sitting there going, oh my God, like they do to Ryan. Ryan's got the best social game. I think
listen, I heard that.
Chrissy was even the person to say Ryan's social game's amazing. So she's also deflecting. She's also deflecting how good her social and strategic game is.
But I thought to myself, Ryan, if you hear that is an absolute call to arms. You really need to watch yourself. Because it doesn't, and they all agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically them all agreeing. Now all they need to do is the next step, which is, that's a threat.
And that's the thing. It's like, and the really good social game is a threat come merge.
And it's a threat come final tribal if he's there. You know
if you're making if you're final 4, as we go to final 3, if you're final 4 and you don't win immunity, your great social game and your friends with the jury is almost an instant out, really, isn't it?
That's right.
So that's a bit of it's a concern for him, but it's brilliant that Chrissy, because I feel like it was Chrissy that said that,
exactly,
is able to manipulate
even if
her.
she didn't like do anything to dissuade it. You know, she was just like, he is. That's everybody agreed. Yes, he's playing a great social game, right? Look, I'm not sure about the Ryan vote. Actually, now we get to it. Now, at one level, I think it's quite smart, and another level, I'm not sure he hasn't made a wrong call.
You don't think he's done a Luke, Sarah, and Jericho with Michelle from Australian season where they don't include her on the vote, and that's the end?
I think he has a bit. But
that did screw up the
the reason I'm saying that is because a number analysis, on a numbers analysis, right, he should have actually voted Chrissy out. And what I mean by a numbers analysis, if you just look at it, there's Chrissy and JP, who are operating as a unit, and then you have Ryan and Ali, and you have Roark, right? If you had voted Chrissy out, we would have had an isolated JP, he'd be left with an isolated Roark, and himself and Ali. So himself and Ali have control of that tribe.
But can't Roark and JP then?
Well, they may, but it's going to be a lot tougher for them to come together than one of them just flipping over to be with them.
So how do you think?
I'm just saying on the numbers.
How do you think that changes now when you've got an isolated Ali?
Oh well, no,
and a really tight Chrissy and JP,
and
really tight Ryan and JP and Chrissy.
That's what I was about to say. If you just look at it on the numbers side, right, it's actually a bad call on Ryan's part, but it actually may be a very smart call because maybe he's looked at Ali and he's looked at Chrissy, and maybe he's smart enough to sit there and go, you know what, Chrissy's got a lot of good skills. She's a good player, and she can take me a long way if I stick with her. So maybe it was a bad call numbers-wise, but it's a good call for him getting deeper into the game because he's recognised how good she is.
I still think it's hard to say it's a bad call numbers-wise.
Oh, no,
yeah, I struggle to see. I'm still. I need you to
okay.
explain that again because I'm struggling to see the numbers. Like
if you get rid of, like, at the moment, okay, now Ali's on the outer.
Yeah.
She's definitely on the bottom, but who's in control of the try?
Well, Chrissy.
That's right. So Ryan has flipped.
Yeah.
Right, into an inferior position.
Yeah.
Right, because he was equal with Ali. There's no question there. Right.
Yeah.
But on that side, he knows Chrissy's going to have control of JP.
Yeah, Chrissy's the centre pin.
She's the king of the tribe now, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. On a numbers vote, right? He should have voted Chrissy out so that he and Ali control the tribe. Now he's flipped, and he doesn't control the tribe. Chrissy does.
Yeah. Okay. Like very basic because I.
Oh no, it is. It's just a basic numbers thing, right?
Yeah, because I can.
But there's a deeper. There's maybe a deeper thought going on here with Ryan, and this is why I'm thinking he's a smarter player than. Well, not smarter, but he's definitely still a smart player. But he's looked at Chrissy, and I think he's just summed it up and gone, well, Ali's not going to get me as far as Chrissy will.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think he's flipped, even though it's going to put Ali on the bottom. He's never going to mend that fence with Ali. Ali knows she's the next vote come the next time that tribe goes to tribal, right? And there's nothing Ryan can say that can possibly take that away from her. Like,
no, because
she knows. Yeah, exactly. There's 4. We go to tribal next time. I'm the one out. So Ryan can't repair the bridge. Yeah. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't repair that bridge.
Yeah.
Right? Because he knows he has to vote the next time.
Yeah.
Right? But that puts him in the bottom of the 3. Well, it doesn't put him on the bottom. So JP.
I don't think JP is in.
I think JP would get Jasmine before. Like Chrissy would get rid of JP before she get rid of Ryan. But Chrissy's a good enough player to sit there and go, well, actually it might, and I think she's smart enough to realise this. It's actually better for her to keep JP around because he's not going to win $1 million, not at his current rate anyway, unless he pulls something out later on down the track. But in his current format, he's not. Whereas Ryan possibly could compete with her.
He could. I also think Ryan could also have sided this side because if it is like we saw how everyone went, we've got to get rid of Chrissy because she sucked at the challenge. The next person sucking a challenge, if you get rid of Chrissy, is Ryan.
Yeah. No, that's legitimate too.
Like,
but I don't think that's what factored into it.
No, but I feel there's a lot of different factors, and I think he made the correct decision.
I would put it this way. I think on a numbers basis, he's made an incorrect decision, but time will tell whether he actually made the correct decision because he could actually end up with it. You know how we talk about the 2. Yeah. Him and Chrissy could become
a solid 2.
A solid 2 all the way, and she's a really smart player, so she would be a great person to team with.
I think though, as far as Ryan's concerned, not being in control. Like I've said this many times. I think you don't always need to be in control.
No.
And having Chrissy in control, who's a very similar player to Ryan.
No, that's not what I meant by control. So, what I mean by control here is that Chrissy and JP, right, have the voting block.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, they can now, if they wanted to, they could go to Ali.
Get rid of weak players.
Could go to Ali and go, well, we want to get rid of Ryan, and Ali's going to go, I'm on board with that.
There's no, she'll 100% be on board.
Exactly, and that's what I mean by putting himself in a weaker position. Whereas prior to that, if you had voted Chrissy out, JP and Roark would have been the ones worried about whether they're going to get voted.
We can't split these 2.
Exactly.
It's got to be, I've either got to get them or JP's going to get them. Fair. Yeah, I get you now. I get you. Yeah, that makes sense.
But look, there's another interesting part here to Chrissy's gameplay. And look, did you see the smile on her face at the end of that trouble?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think her confidence was shaken at all. I think she knew what the outcome was. She had no problem because the other thing, that idol, that fake idol, look, well, it's a real idol, but it's powerless, right? Did not make an appearance at all. Not one word.
I thought it might have.
If I'm going to tribal and I know I'm going to get 2 votes out of 5, it takes a real confident player to sit there and not pull out something that looks like an idol and go, well, if you try to vote me,
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be playing this. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of confidence. So it tells you how confident she is
Yeah.
about her game.
Yeah, I knew, like, even with her little one-on-one when she holds up her little chat, the brief chat, we got to hear it because it was obviously Rourke and her, and what she said, saying, "I've outplayed you."
Yeah, yeah.
She knew.
Oh, that's right. When she held up a vote and she was like, oh, "I'm going to beat you, Miss Smarty Pants or something."
Yeah.
I'm going to outsmart you, Miss Smarty Pants. Right?
Yeah, and she knew right from the get-go, and that was brilliant. And and let's be honest, like, I don't remember ever seeing less of a person than Rourke.
Well, no.
Did Rourke have any? Yeah, but Rourke's been. Rourke's been in
like,
for 5 episodes.
Yeah, but
we didn't know her name for 3 of them.
But remember what Ryan said about Simone? Like, you know, now Simone's left the tribe, she's finally contributing.
Yeah, I know, but we learnt Rourke's name last episode,
I know,
and she's gone now. I don't think she had any solo camera time. Did she? Did she have her chats?
Yeah,
she
had a couple of little chats in this one.
Only in this episode because she was going home.
That's right. Well, she was the one that was mainly pitting herself against Chrissy.
Yeah, the most screen time she had was when Chrissy decided to talk to her.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
but that was the thing. It was like, I think Chrissy handled that really well when Rourke's like, "You didn't come and chat to me." Well, did you come and chat to me?
Yeah, look, actually...
And she was calm and...
Both times that she was challenged in the tribal, she dealt with it really well.
Yeah.
She was just calm, and she was like, "Well, I offered you guys to take over from me.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you don't,
yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Just do nothing?
Don't just stand there. Come and get me off. Take over."
That's right. And then when Rourke said, "Well, you know, you specifically said you spoke specifically to Ali." Well, you know, and I loved it. Chrissy's like, "Well, it's a two-way street. You can come and talk to me."
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And she handled that tribal so well.
She did. She handled that tribal, which makes me. I really do hope she makes final 3. Because I think the final. Oh, so am I.
She's way too good.
She's
way too good.
Exactly. But she seems to be playing it well, where she's keeping control but not sticking out too much, right?
Yeah, but how far? Like, in a tribe this small.
She's got no. This is what I found. Like, this is a tribe of 5. 2 of them have picked on her, right? In the tribal, she's rebutted what they've said, but she's done it really masterfully and like no confidence at all with doing so. I just would love to see her in final tribal. I think it'd be a great.
And even you have the how are you feeling? I'm still feeling like it could be me tonight. Yeah. She knows it's not tonight.
She knows.
Then you have Rourke going, "Can I just feel the same comfort? I don't feel any different. I know what's happening."
I thought that was you should never sit there in tribal and go, "Yeah, I'm not feeling any." You know what I mean? Like, you should be every tribal. You should be like, if you're not worried, you're probably going home.
You're probably going home, and that's always been Survivor 101. Especially if you're not worried and you've been part of the discussion.
Yeah.
You should there should be a level of worry for a blindside. Like, you know, Ryan was probably a little bit worried, but we don't need to.
If somebody tells you, walks over and goes, "It's a lock. It's Chrissy, right?" You should be worried instantly because it's like, that was too easy.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Surely. And at the end of her thing, she said, "All super fans." That is not the play from a super fan.
No, it's not.
Like, I can't see a super fan.
Zeke is a super fan.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're just gonna lose Cole.
I hope not. I really I know what you're talking about.
Have you seen someone recover from something like that?
It depends what it is. If it's just a fainting spell, he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, fair.
Right, but if it's like Caleb, from 2 seasons ago, then no, it won't be fine, right? You'll see Jeff run on the set going, "Eric!"
Yeah, it's a strange thing to see him. He just dropped like a sack of potatoes. He was just down.
But that's usually just something like heat exhaustion.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, dehydration.
I'm just trying to remember. They give a bit of fluids and they're back running.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to remember. Do I remember anyone going down like that and then coming back? Because he went down very similar. I don't know if you can remember this exact season. And who was the guy's name? They were doing a maze challenge, and every 4 people on the corners. And they had to all 4 corners.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a leader, and he was actually a really good player. If anyone can please fact check his name, because I don't remember it. He just kind of, and I really liked him. He just kind of, as they're all doing the ball maze, he just went. and the maze just kind of went down, and he chin on the maze to falling on the ground. Do you remember that season?
No, I don't.
No, it was quite a while ago now. We're talking like he played twice as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He had kind of dreads.
Right.
And on that, Russell, his name was Russell because he was on a season with Russell Hance.
We don't actually have to go back that far. If you remember back to Gen X versus Millennials, right? There was the in the Gen X tribe, there was that sort of older guy who set himself up as leader. Do you remember when he sort of had heart palpitations and all this stuff, and he had to lie down?
Yeah.
And it turned out to be heat exhaustion. All he needed was fluid and some rest.
Yeah.
And he was back on his feet and off the go.
Yeah, it's just I just don't remember seeing someone drop like that. That's the
the last person I remember seeing do that was Caleb.
But did he drop? I thought he just kind of really struggled.
Oh, actually,
he
didn't just drop. You're right. Yeah,
I'm just saying, just drop like that. The last person I remember just dropping like a potato sack was this Russell character from that, I don't know, 10 seasons ago.
But look, I didn't see anybody saying medic, so I'm going to assume
it's just dramatic effect.
It's just no, it's just like, he faints, he's dehydrated,
and he'll be still kicking. All right, that's okay, cool. You think that? I'm going to say he's getting
medic down.
Yeah, but that's true. They haven't said anything. They usually say on it.
Well, normally you see Jeff saying they go medic.
Yeah. Which I thought it was an interesting point that Australian Survivor goes for 55 days, and I know we've only had 2 seasons, but we haven't even come close to a dehydration or some sort of medical emergency.
And the challenges have been just as brutal.
Yeah, and I found that I was wondering why us Australians are a little bit tougher than the Americans. I don't know.
Look, I think.
Or are we being softer on them and giving them more food and water? Let's give it another shot next week. Let's try and see what we got next week. I feel like... Who do I think's going on?
Yeah, well, no. Tribe first.
Oh, God. I'm going to say... Look, I want to say...
You want to say blue, don't you?
Green.
Oh, green. Okay.
No, I don't want to say blue. I do want to say red. I really think... part of me feels like... I wanted to say Cole as well, even before the fainting.
Yeah.
Before, a part of me is like, when Jessica and Mike were kind of getting together, I thought maybe there's a chance to go, we can't rely on him, we'll get rid of Cole.
Yeah, but then we see Jessica say what she says, and I'm
not ready to lose Cole yet.
How silly are you? Anyway.
So maybe we'll see them go to tribal.
Well, I was going to say red as well, but not for that reason. But I was going to say red because if Cole is affected, Cole will be affected.
Yeah, they're weaker.
They're going to be weaker.
Yeah, because he's their big muscle force.
Yeah, exactly. So, but they do have Ben, who's another really strong guy.
He's a very strong guy too.
So you're going to go red for the tribe?
I'll go red, and I will throw in Cole.
Okay. Yeah, I think red's going.
Actually, I'm going to change that.
Okay, go ahead.
No. I'm going to say blue's going.
Okay.
And Joe. I know I've said Joe 3 in a row.
I know, like you say.
There's 3.
You got to get it one time. Like Joe will go. You know what I think is going to be funny? There's going to be this scene where you go Joe in one episode, and then the next time you go, I'm going to say. Then you'll go, no, hang on, look, I've said it too many times, and that will be the one where he goes home, right? You'll just miss out by one episode.
No, but not because I feel bad because I know I've backed him to go 3 episodes in a row. I know I haven't.
And it's only 5 episodes in, so
I know it sounds like I'm stacking my odds.
You are stacking your odds.
But that's not why. That's not why.
Why?
Screw it. You know what? Yellow Ali's going.
I'm an alley. You're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
No, I'm going red.
Yeah.
Right, and I will go Cole.
If it's red and it's Cole, I'm going to be so upset because that was my first choice.
No, I honestly think red's due. I don't know why. I just think red's due, even though they're the stronger tribe.
I just think because we've seen them, because this is what they got me last time, and they showed me this thing that we're going to go to Roarks, and I bit.
No, look, the reason...
I bit with the editing.
Yeah, no, but the reason I think...
And they weren't even anywhere.
I'm not sure it's going to be Cole, obviously, but I do think red's going simply because the other 2 tribes have actually been pared down now. They've been through a couple of tribals each. They're all
You know
tougher
what? No,
competitors.
I'm definitely going back to definitely. Now we talk about that yellow. Now they've been whittled down and they have the weakest tribe.
Certainly, Ryan's
Ryan and Chrissy aren't that strong.
No.
Ali's okay.
But JP is.
Yeah, JP can't lift the three of them to get, like, depending on the challenge.
Depends on the
Yellow
challenge.
and Ali locking it in.
Okay, yellow and Ali. I'm going to go red and Cole.
If it's Joe, if it's Cole, if it's any one of those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, yellow Ali, red Cole. If you guys have a vote, give us tell us who you want to go, or who you want to stay, who your favourites are. I'm still gunning for a bit of a Ben, Chrissy, Ryan, Devon foursome.
Oh, that'd be
still,
fantastic.
I'm still pretty good. I hope that's something we see. But yeah, give us a comment, give us a like. If you want to buff, send us a message. We'll check the email, send it out.
Yep.
And that's it. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
I'm Robin.
I'm Jay.
We're the Inwits. See you next week.